What happens when the best cinema camera manufacturer in the world, Arri, teams up with a cell phone manufacturer, Honor? In today's video, I want to break down the new collaboration and the new partnership between Honor and Arri and what some of these kind of cell phone plus camera manufacturer partnerships really are. Is it a scam? Is it a money grab? Doesn't matter. If you're new around here, my name is Mitchell. I like to make videos about mobile tech, stuff like headphones, tablets, DACs, etc. If you like that stuff, think about subscribing and let me know what I should review next. Now, I want to go ahead and talk really quick about the new concept phone from Honor and Arri, not Huawei, Honor and Arri. Arri, which is the best cinema camera manufacturer in the world. If you look at any award tier, Oscars, Emmys, etc., most of that stuff is shot on Arri, and it's kind of accepted in the cinematography world that Arri is the bomb. And there's a variety of reasons why Arri technology and Arri cameras are so great. Now, some of that is going to trickle down into this Honor concept phone, but some of it won't. Let's talk about the things that won't trickle down and really like what all of these partnerships, being like the Vivo and Zeiss partnership or the Xiaomi and Leica partnership, what those really mean. So first and foremost, one of the things that makes Arri so good in the world of digital cinema cameras is that they engineer their own imaging sensors. And all of their sensors are, in general, like native 4K resolution, really low megapixel count, but they have awesome color fidelity and color reproduction, along with awesome dynamic range. Although their low light and high ISO performance isn't that good, they are considered to have the best dynamic range out of most cinema cameras, as well as just the best overall color quality. Now, Honor is unlikely to be using an Arri engineered sensor. Most camera sensors are made by one of a few brands, being Sony, OmniVision, or Samsung. Those are kind of the three big players in the mobile camera imaging space, with oftentimes Sony sensors being some of the best. Samsung sensors in the past were pretty bad, although recently Samsung sensors have gotten a bit better. OmniVision has had some really cool sensors that have been used on Xiaomi devices, and it's essentially kind of like a three-player race, with Sony being at the lead and kind of OmniVision and Samsung kind of following up with a close second. So we know that the sensor in this Honor device is not going to be engineered by Arri, but we are seeing Arri color science being used in other places. Right now, if you are a Panasonic Lumix shooter, you can go ahead and get Arri log, or like the Arri color profile, on your Lumix mirrorless camera. That means that if you need to match that Lumix camera with an Arri cinema camera, it's going to match pretty close because it's the same log profile. That said, because the sensor of these Lumix cameras is not an Arri sensor, it is not going to be kind of like a one-for-one replacement. And it's likely that we're going to see something like that with this partnership between Honor and Arri. It seems like Arri has some level of input into the color science and the way the image signal processor, or ISP, is reading that raw data coming off of the sensor of the device, and it's applying kind of an Arri look to it. Now, whether or not we're going to see Arri log or Arri's proprietary color science implemented on an Honor device, I highly doubt it, but they're probably helping engineer some of the mechanisms, maybe some of the gimbal components in this kind of concept phone that we saw at Mobile World Congress. And that brings me on to talking about the Lights phone, or the Leica and Xiaomi partnership, because all of these partnerships with brands is kind of just a marketing gimmick, but there's one collaboration being between Vivo and Zeiss that might be a little bit less of a gimmick. Now, when you are pulling raw imaging data from the sensor or you're getting the raw image, that data needs to be interpreted and then it needs to be kind of processed to give you that final JPEG or HEIF file, etc. And with the Leica and Xiaomi partnership, it's likely that we're seeing Leica doing quite a bit to tuning the color science and the way the data coming off of the sensor is decoded. That's about it. We're not going to be seeing Leica lenses on any of these Xiaomi phones. Don't get carried away. Maybe Leica is doing something with like the user interface, or the Leica engineers are giving Xiaomi camera developers some input for the overall appearance and kind of style of the camera app, but it's highly unlikely that we're seeing any kind of Leica lens. Now, Zeiss. Zeiss is a brand that's very close to my heart. I have like a $10,000 set of vintage Zeiss lenses. And originally, there was kind of two things that made Zeiss stand out against the competition and kind of what has built Zeiss to be such a brand name in the world of cameras and photography. One is kind of their optical designs and sharpness. Zeiss lenses going back 30, 40, 50 years have always been incredibly sharp and offered a certain amount of like Zeiss 3D pop and micro contrast. The second thing that has made Zeiss really famous is their lens coatings and their anti-reflective coatings that they use inside of camera lenses to minimize the amount that light is bouncing around inside of the lens before it goes into the imaging sensor or the piece of film. Now, it is possible that with the Oppo partnership, some of the optics or some of the camera lens components are being treated with Zeiss coatings or Zeiss patented proprietary chemical compounds that are going to make them more resistant to flaring. I know that Vivo has recently launched the X300 Ultra, which is a Vivo flagship device that has a external lens attachment that can be screwed on. So it's possible that Zeiss had some input in the design of this external screw-on lens, or maybe some Zeiss coatings were used on it. But it's kind of like a branding partnership, and that's about it. Why do we see partnerships like this with Chinese OEMs and not in more kind of like Western companies? And I really think that comes down to the fact that outside of America, outside of America, the smartphone market is way more competitive because people are less brand loyal, and we have like super apps or apps that offer a lot of functionality that we need from a smartphone kind of all in one app. And thus we're kind of free to just get whatever device has the best hardware and the best software and the best user experience. And thus phone manufacturers need ways to kind of differentiate themselves from each other. And that's how you get something like this Zeiss partnership, Leica and Arri. We're very, very unlikely to ever see any kind of partnerships like this with Samsung, Google, or Apple, simply because those companies have such a stranglehold on Western markets because of carrier deals and incentives that they don't really need to try to differentiate themselves, because if you have a Samsung device, you're probably going to stick with Samsung. And if you're in a Western market, you're much more reliant on kind of the built-in features of the device. So that's what these brand partnerships with imaging companies are. That's why we don't see them in Western markets. And if you guys enjoyed videos like this, let me know if I should do more deep dives about imaging in the comment section down below. And until next time, it's been Mitchell. Peace.